Welcome to Baltimore, everybody. Some Mariner fans enjoying the scenery here in this historic city as we get ready for Game 2 of a 3-game set with the Baltimore Orioles. We are glad you have joined us here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards on a comfortable, cloudy Saturday evening. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Good pitching matchup with Miguel Gonzalez against James Paxton making his comeback here. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order that will face Gonzalez for the second time in a week.
Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Chevron. Leading off, it will be Austin Jackson. Jackson 3 for 4 against Gonzalez with the home run. Then it's Ackley, Cano, Morales, the DH today. He will hit cleanup. Seager, Morrison, Taylor, the shortstop, hitting 7th. Indy Chavez gets to start in right field. He will hit 8th. And Jesus Sucre getting his 6th start of the season. And for Gonzalez on the year, 5-5 record, a 3.77 ERA, 75 strikeouts to 38 walks, 271 batting average against him.
Here we go. First pitch of the ball game to Austin Jackson. And it's in there for a call. Strike one. Umpires for tonight's ball game. Clint Fagan has balls and strikes. Tim Timmons at first. Tim Welke at second. And Todd Tichenor at third. Austin Jackson thrilled to be back as a leadoff man. Bulk of his career, his limited career here in the American League with Detroit, was in the leadoff spot. In the month of July, he was back in the leadoff spot. He started this season in the 5-hole, the 6-hole, and down in the 7-hole, where he said his responsibilities really changed from making a pitcher work to trying to drive in some runs. Had a 235 batting average in the month of June after going 200 in May. And he really exploded when they got him back in the leadoff spot in July. And Lloyd McClendon happy to have him here, obviously, and have him in the 1-hole. Inside as Jackson jackknifes out of the way. Jackson wearing Mike Blauer's old number.
And Willie Bloomquist used to wear it too. Well, he's had success against Gonzalez. As I mentioned, 3 for 4 with the home run against Gonzalez. Gonzalez, good fastball. He'll be in the low 90s, a slider and a changeup.
Nice play by Scope. A well hit line drive by Jackson. Still looking for his first hit as a Mariner.
Now look at the rest of the defense for Baltimore. Young in left field, Adam Jones out in center, Markakis the right fielder. Machado gets to start at third base. Hardy and Scope playing up the middle. Steve Pearce was not in the game last night, but he will get to start at first base this evening. Joseph will do the catching again.
For Gonzalez, in his last 5 starts, he's had 1 win. That was against the Angels, and 4 no decisions. Here's Dustin Ackley. Fouls one off.
Ackley has been a hot hitter since the All-Star break. 386, 7 runs scored, 7 doubles, a home run, and 7 RBIs in 14 games since the All-Star break. Raised his batting average up to 253.
This talked to Dusty before the game about his throw yesterday, doubling up Manny Machado. He said as he came in, he happened to look up and saw that Manny was a good ways off and leaning towards second. He said, well, hey, let's give it a shot. And he made a terrific throw to double up Machado for a double play. Popped it up. A.J. Hardy makes the catch. Two down now to bring up Robinson Cano.
And you can see his numbers against the Mariners. That was at Safeco Field. 6 innings, 8 hits. Mariners were able to get some hits, but just 1 run, a couple of walks, only 1 strikeout for him. Through 90 pitches in that outing.
Buck Showalter, 4th year with the Orioles. As Cano stands in. He has struggled against Gonzalez, just 2 for 21. Robbie at 331, second to Jose Altuve. As they go 1-2 in the American League batting chase. Altuve at 339, Robbie at 331. Oh, Mike, it's always About runs, Mariners have struggled big time. 2 or fewer runs in 7 of the last 10 ball games.
Since the All-Star break, averaging just over 2 runs a game. So they've had their struggles lately. Pitching has been terrific for them, and they've played some really good defense, but scoring runs has been an issue.
2-2 on this current road trip and on the season, which began last week against the series against the Orioles. Began last week. They're 1-4 against the Orioles. Cano grounds out. And that'll do it for the Mariners in the first. James Paxton makes his second opening day, if you will, when we come back here to Baltimore. How great is it for the Mariners and their fans to see the big left-hander out on the mound? James Paxton, who got off to a wonderful start and has been sidelined for 100-plus days. He's going to make the start against the Orioles. Let's take a look at the batting order he'll face this evening.
Leading off for Baltimore, it'll be Nick Markakis. Then Machado had a good night last night, back in the lineup hitting second. Jones, the center fielder, hitting third. Cruz. Delvin Young this season against the Mariners, .455 with a home run and 3 RBIs for Young, hitting fifth in the lineup in his heart. Hardy, Pierce, Joseph, and Scope rounding out the 9 for Baltimore. And for Paxton, great to see him back. Only a couple of starts for him. 2-0 record, though, and a 2.25 ERA over those couple of outings. 12 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, only 2 walks, and opponents hitting .146. And we'll take a look at the defense for the Mariners. Quick change for him. We had Morrison at first base, but it's Morales playing first, so Morrison probably the DH. See what happens with that. Also, Indy Chavez getting the start in right field. Corey Hart going on the DL.
There you go with Nick Markakis to lead it off for the Orioles. Orioles 9-5 since the All-Star break. First pitch from Paxton. Off the plate for ball 1. 2 for 4 for Nick last night. Orioles win it 2-1. Gets away from Sucre.
I had a chance to have a conversation with James earlier this afternoon, and one of the things that we've known and liked about him is he's unflappable. He never changes his demeanor, but I can tell you from talking to him, he was excited to get back on the mound. So we'll have to keep an eye on him here in the first couple of innings, see where his fastball command is at. There's a good fastball at 95 miles an hour on the corner. I think the quicker he can settle in, obviously, the better he will be.
Bud McClendon hoping for 6 innings out of the big left-hander tonight. 2-1 to Markakis.
James is telling me he feels great. We've already seen a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from him. That is a good sign. He said he likes where he's at in his last outing. He said he threw 78 pitches. Felt pretty good. Didn't have the command quite where he wants to be. But he said he's healthy and ready to go.
Down low. Walks Markakis. very comfortable here in Baltimore, not far from the Inner Harbor, Charm City. Good crowd. They have been drawing quite well. Winning baseball will do that. Here's Manny Machado, third baseman.
Mariners defense pulling straight up with Machado. Tough hitter to defend. He'll use the entire field. Had a double out in right center field. You can see Cano cheating towards second a little bit. Big hole on the right side of the infield.
One-0 pitch. There for strike 1-1.
The first signs of James pitching right now, the thing that you have to like is when he's missing down out of the strike zone. If you get too pumped up, the tendency is to miss up in the zone. He's missed with a few fastballs down out of the zone. That one right at the bottom of the strike zone at the knees.
Breaking ball. That's a hammer down the line into the corner. Markakis coming to third. He'll get the stop sign from Bobby Dickerson, third base coach. A double for Machado. Orioles in business early. Second and third, nobody out. Manny Machado with his 13th double of the season.
We'll take a look at it. Looks like it's a little cut fastball, trying to get it in on his hands. 87 miles an hour. Didn't quite get it there. About belt high.
Manny Machado at second, Markakis at third. Brings up Adam Jones. And one thing we know about AJ, he loves the fastball. Let's see how Paxton attacks him here. Jones hitting at .290 with 21 homers and 67 runs batted in.
And he's a .383 hitter against left-handers.
Bounced up there, he offered.
Paxton if he had a chance to pitch to Sucre, and he said in his rehab he had a chance to pitch to Sucre. He said that will not be an issue tonight. They'll be on the same page. No issues there.
Sucre very good keeping the ball in front of him. Good thrower. Here's the 0-1 to Jones. Hits the Cano. Pick up a run. Maybe after Jones 1-0. Baltimore. Markakis scores. Machado to third.
Professional at bat by Adam Jones, hitting the ball to the right side. Not only does he pick up the RBI, but he moves Machado up to give Cruz a chance to pick up an RBI without getting a base hit.
Brings up Nelson Cruz.
And with an out, the Mariners will bring their infield in.
Most dangerous hitters in baseball. It's at strike one. Cruz second to Jose Abreu in home runs. Sixth in RBIs. Having a sensational year. Great first half. Cooled off just a little bit here. Early going in the second half. Paxton ahead of him 0-2. Got him on 3 pitches. Huge out. Big confidence booster for James Paxton. 2 outs here in the first. We'll bring up Delman Young.
Well, the strikeout's always a big out when you have a runner at third and just 1 out, and a couple of breaking balls. He's able to get Cruz a swing out in front of him. That's the hard curveball. That's really important with Cruz hitting because he hits so many fly balls. Typically, if he gets in there, it would have been deep enough. So good strikeout for Paxton.
Delman Young has been a thorn this last week to the Mariners. A big 3-run homer last week. Went 1 for 3 with a double last night. Foul ball. Paxton a strike away from holding the Orioles to just one run in the first inning. Rick waits, watching intently. Fouled off. Rich is as excited as anybody and thrilled to have Paxton back, pitching coach of the Mariners. Big 25-year-old left-hander. Native of Lander, British Columbia. There's the 0-2. Look out. That hit off a railing, thank goodness, and not a person.
And a good fastball. Trying to elevate the fastball that time. It was 96 miles an hour. Yeah, good. Saved the lens, too.
Oh, 2 here to Delman Young. Down low. Markakis walked. Machado doubled him to third. Jones with a RBI ground out to second base, scoring Markakis. Strikeout of Cruz. Now 1-2. Sucre keeps it in front.
Well, he's had a couple of big blocks right here in the first inning. Some of the pitches look like breaking balls that are landing way out in front of home plate. And we talked about it a number of times. This is a difficult pitch to block when it's out in front of the plate this far. That looks like a changeup, but it bounces, I don't know, a couple feet out in front of home plate, and he's still able to keep it in front of him.
Textbook. Good work.
Saves the run.
2-2. Step there again, so full count. J.J. Hardy, the shortstop's on deck.
Not many breaks in this lineup from Baltimore. James does not have to give in to him right here. He has first base open. If he loses him, he can start fresh with a new hitter.
3-2 pitch to Delman Young. 2 outs. Got him a swing and miss. Tag applied by Sucre. So a run on 1 hit, no error, and a man left. 1-0 Orioles. Well, James Paxton gets a huge strikeout here. Delman Young gets him to chase a pitch in the dirt. And Pax right about now breathing a lot easier, feeling real confident getting out of that inning with a couple of Ks and holding Baltimore to just 1 run.
It's something that we've seen from James in his brief major league career is he controls the damage, and when you have second and third and nobody out, gives up just the 1 run, but comes right back and gets a couple of strikeouts to get himself out of the inning. And I like that last pitch. Breaking ball, did not give in to Young. And the job that Sucre did, had to block 4 pitches for him to keep the ball out in front of him and keep that other run from scoring. But smart pitching by Paxton and good work by Sucre behind the plate.
retiring the number 4 and 5 hitters in the Oriole lineup. Here's Kendrys Morales, originally listed as the DH. He's playing at first base today. And Logan Morrison, he will handle DH duties.
Baltimore puts the shift on with Morales hitting. Scope out in the grass and right field. Hardy on the right side of the infield. Machado at the shortstop position.
Swing and a miss by Morales. Morales, Kyle Seager, and Logan Morrison here in the second.
This kid was impressive last Sunday.
Got a no decision in a 3-2 Oriole win. Make a play? Nah, didn't have to. Good.
Needed net.
If that one, yeah. That was not going to be a linear, I'll tell you that right now.
No interest. Buck Showalter couldn't say enough good things about Paxton coming into this game. Morales strikes out. First strikeout from Miguel Gonzalez. Enjoyed lunch on the Safeco Field Diamond while celebrating the winningest manager in Mariners history. Make sure you join us Friday, August 8th. It's upon us with a Lou Piniella Hall of Fame luncheon when we honor Sweet Lou's induction as the 8th member of the Mariners Hall of Fame. Other Mariners legends will be on hand, so make sure you're there too. Get your tickets at mariners.com/HOF. Kyle Seager, Mariner third baseman. Adam Jones. I've been telling people Seager can play some third. He's a good one. You see that play? He robbed me last night. He's getting on. He says, "You and Mike must have been screaming on that play." I said, "Yeah,
just a little bit."
It's a fabulous double play turn last night. First inning.
We're talking about Buck Showalter having a lot of nice things to say about Paxton. The Orioles certainly familiar with him. I ran into Dan Duquette, executive vice president, baseball operations, and we go all the way back to my Expo days. I had a chance to talk to him, and that was the first thing that he said. You guys have a good left-hander going today. I said, yeah, he's pretty good.
That word gets around very quickly. Inside, and I heard a couple of friends of mine on TV, Keith Olbermann and Richard Justice, lauding the Mariners, Jack Zarenzik, and the two deals they got, getting Jackson into Norfield without giving up prime talent like Paxton and Walker and people like that.
And you see the Orioles put the shift on in a 3-1 count. Kyle, they were straight away, but they just moved.
Center field, backing up Jones. He will not get on the track. He makes the catch on the grass. 2 down. Here's Brad Adams. Brad, where'd he have it? No doubt about it. All right, Brad, thank you. There's Loma, Logan Morrison swinging through, DHing today.
And another shift. The only left-hander they didn't shift on was Ackley. For Morales, Seager, and Morrison here in this inning.
I don't think they shifted.
No, with Cano. No. And in fact, Jones was actually shading towards left center when Cano was hitting.
1-1. Morrison played in Thursday's 6-5 win at Cleveland, going 1 for 3. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the second inning. Well, it's shaping up to be a spirited finish, no question about it. This is game number 110 for the Mariners. Here's Chris Denorfia, made his debut yesterday. Corey Hart on the DL. Suffering from a knee injury. Remember that tried to make that catch in right center field in Cleveland a couple of days ago. Broken bat, Looper. Markakis can't get it. Base hit. Logan Morrison with a 2-out single here in the second inning.
Good fastball, 91 miles an hour, right on the inside corner. He gets in on his hands, but able to fight it off. Lob shot right over the shift. Picks up a base hit.
Morrison at first, 2 outs. Rookie shortstop Chris Taylor at the bat.
Batting average right at 350. 20 at bats, 7 hits for Taylor.
It's way early, but what do you think of him swinging the bat and in the field?
I like him. I think that he's at the plate. I like the fact that he's been aggressive. He's been really aggressive on the fastball, and I like that for a young player. Go up there and get your swings in. He seems to have a pretty good idea of the strike zone. There's an aggressive swing and another fastball.
Doubled over Adam Jones's head yesterday's game.
He made the error in last night's ball game, but it was on a transfer. That can happen to anybody. I like his actions out at short. I had a chance to watch him work out a couple of times, and he looks pretty good. We liked him in spring training. He's having a good year in AAA, and I just like the fact that he's aggressive. We'll see what happens when the league starts to make adjustments to him.
Get a book on him. Building as we speak. 0-2. Fouled off. Logan Morrison, he's at first base. Mariners first base runner. Gonzalez working 0-2.
He did a good job staying on that slider right on the outside corner.
Austin Jackson, good to have him with this Mariner ball club. He and Adam Jones probably played more games in center field over the last 5 years than anybody in the league.
Gonzalez work going off a number of pitches, still an 0-2 count for him.
Doing again at 0-2. Off again.
We're talking about Paxton and getting him back and how important it is to the club, and some of their offensive struggles. It will also help them to get Saunders back. Been watching him take batting practice the last few days. He looks good. He's ready to go, I think, on a rehab start. Get that taken care of and get that bat back. And then of course Willie was having a really good year for the club and a lot of versatility there, so it'll be nice to have those guys available for Lloyd.
Taylor's fouled off 4 0-2 pitches. Takes ball 1. Pretty good numbers there. 31 pitches, 22 for strikes.
Similar for Chen last night. Both of them throwing a lot of fastballs, using both sides of the plate.
Talking to Lloyd today, he said they thought Chen was good last week. They thought last night was better because his secondary stuff stepped up another notch.
Well, that's what I said on the post-game show, and talking to the people from Baltimore, they said the same thing, that his secondary pitch is one of the best outings he's had.
Way in Chen, boy, he was something. 12-3 now. 2-2 to Taylor. The take, full count.
Good at bat. 0-2 fouled off a lot of pitches. This will be the 10th pitch of the at bat coming up. Spot his way back to a 3-2 count as Endy Chavez waits on deck.
They're trying to crank it up here with 2 outs and 1 on. Morrison will take off. 3-2 pitch. Line drive, center field. Morrison to second. He'll get the third easily. Chris Taylor, an outstanding out at bat. Mariners with 2 outs. Runners at the corners and a big Mariner rooting section right below us.
Sounds like a Chris Taylor rooting section.
Yes, indeed.
Well, Howard Johnson, the hitting coach, will be happy with this at bat. In fact, thrilled with it. 10 pitch at bat, fell behind 0-2, kept fouling pitches off, worked the count back to full. It comes up with a base hit, line drive back up the middle.
Taylor from Virginia Beach, so that makes sense. Easy drive to get up here. Chance for Andy Chavez. He's 2 for 3 against Gonzalez.
Play him straight up. Machado in on the grass at third, taking the bunt away from him.
Up high, ball 1.
There's a look at the defense. Machado playing even with the bag.
Taylor back safely. Of course, he's not attempted a stolen base yet. It's a big league career. Chavez, first action since Thursday when he went 2 for 4 at Cleveland. Scored a run in that game. 1-0. 2-0 to Andy Chavez. Gonzalez taking a lot of time. He's 2-0 to Andy with runners at the corners, 2 outs. Fouled off the umpire, Clint Fagan.
An aggressive swing by Chavez. Again, a 2-0 count, gets a fastball. It's on the inside corner and elevated, probably right at the top of the strike zone, and more of the shoulder. Clint Fagan.
Caleb Joseph, a few seconds to shake it off. Runners at the corners for the Mariners. 2-1 count to Andy Chavez. Infield ground out RBI. Adam Jones has Baltimore up early. 2-1. Favorable count for Senor Chavez. 3-1 with Jesus Sucre on deck. Takes it for ball 4. They're loaded up. 2 outs. Jesus Sucre. A great opportunity here in his first action on this road trip.
After a quick first inning for Gonzalez, pitch count starting to get up there on him. Next pitch will be 40, working here in the second inning.
There's been a dearth of runs for the Mariners. Why not explode here? Strike 1 to Jesus. Jesus playing in his 6th game, being recalled from Tacoma. 30th pitch coming up from Gonzalez. Up the middle, J.J. Hardy will flip to Scope for the force, and that will do it. They leave him loaded in the second. Orioles lead 1-0. Sports being brought to you by AM/PM. Too much good stuff. By Ford, we are local. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting the Master of Laughter, Sinbad, August 16th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Get a good look. Federal Hill, from Federal Hill, Fort McHenry is to the east of this location. Mariners trail 1-0, bottom of the second. Inner Harbor area here in Baltimore. Wrap up this series and the season series with Baltimore tomorrow. Sashi Iwakuma, Chris Tillman, and Time Mariner farmhand. CenturyLink link to what's next. Another landmark, the B&O warehouse, which a brilliant move to preserve that. And the Orioles, I know wasn't Mass in their TV network, they have headquarters in there. Terrific building. J.J. Hardy. Paxton behind 2-0. J.J. Hardy, Steve Pearson, Caleb Joseph. Doing one. Two big strikeouts. They'll hold the Orioles to 1 run in that first inning. Here's Paxton battling back to 2-2.
Well, it's one of the things to keep in mind with James out there, and he is going to be limited. One of the things that Rick Waits and Lloyd McClendon will keep in mind is the stressful innings that he has.
Chopper off the plate. Charging is Taylor. Gets rid of it and throws it away.
That'll probably be an infield hit.
Well, we'll see what the official score comes up with.
It's a tough play for Taylor. He knew he had to get rid of it quickly.
Baltimore chop here in Baltimore.
He was playing deep at shortstop. Comes in, picks it clean. Looking a pretty good transfer, just throws it wide.
Base hit. Hardy's aboard. Infield hit. It'll bring up Steve Pearce.
Back-to-back innings, Baltimore gets their leadoff hitter on. It was a walk to Markakis in the first. He's the one that scored the 1 run.
Up and in to Pearce. Good part-time player for the Orioles. 67 games, hitting .293 with 11 homers and 31 runs batted in. One. No, playing up the middle against Pearce. Big opening on the right side of the infield. Back 1-2. Shy of 40,000 last night here in Baltimore. It's like a similar number again. They're 6th. The Orioles 6th in attendance in the American League. Mariners are 9th.
Another good fastball. 96 miles an hour on that last fastball at the top of the strike zone.
Here we go, 1-2. Blocked by Sucre. 2-2. What a tandem. Zunino does a great job keeping the ball in front of him, and Sucre is, and they brought him up again this year. We'd seen him a little bit last year. Talked about his throwing ability and his catching ability, and the scouting reports are right on the money.
The thing that pops out as you're throwing out over 50% of the base runners this year down in the minor leagues. Again, this so far done an excellent job.
That got away, and Hardy might make it to third. No, he'll stop right there. That's a knee one on Paxton. And now Hardy in scoring position and a 2-2 count to Pearce.
Didn't put much on the throw. It's almost as if he changed his mind about throwing over to first, and he just threw it over the head of Morales. Airmailed him.
Needs to make a quality pitch here. 2-2. Out runs full.
Take a look at it again. Not much of a lead. Not much of a lead at all.
I think your assessment about halfway through the throwing motion.
Yeah. Just kind of let up on it.
It's like, oh, no, I really don't want to do this. And next thing you know, you're in trouble. 3-2. RBI ground out by Adam Jones in the first inning, the only run.
Mariners playing Pierce to pull the ball on the infield, straight up in the outfield. Cano playing almost right up the middle.
Two pitch. Hit foul.
It's interesting watching Pierce hit, as you mentioned, having a good year. Only 225 at bats on the year, but 11 home runs and 16 doubles for him. But you don't see many hitters hit with a closed stance anymore. Those hitters are either squared up or a little bit of an open stance, but he's closed. There you go. That's a good look at it. That left foot towards home plate. Those guys will stride into that area, but you rarely see them start that way.
Seager holds Hardy at second, throws out Pierce. One away here in the Orioles' second this season. Members of the U.S. military will receive 10% of select main, terrace, and view level seats at any Mariners home game. The small way that the Mariners and EQC can say thanks to our local heroes. To receive your discounted ticket, simply show a valid military ID at any Mariners team store or the Safeco Field box office. Caleb Joseph step into the batter's box now. The catcher playing in his 49th game. He went 0 for 3. Remember Matt Wieters, the all-star catcher. Tommy John surgery KO'd his season. Matt only played 26 games. Oh, that hits Paxton. He finds it. Throws to retire Caleb Joseph. We saw Danny Farquhar get hit, and this is not.
I think he hit him in the leg. I'm not sure where.
Brother. You do not want this factoring in. The young man had been out 116 days since his last outing in the big leagues. Rick Griffin, head athletic trainer, boy, he was out of there. Like he heard a starting gun.
Well, it's tough to hit a ball much harder than this. We'll see where it gets him. Like it hit him in the back of the knee. If it's higher up on the leg, that's better. It looked as if it was right above his knee. And we'll give him a chance to throw a few pitches as Dominic Leone start to heat up out in the pen. This is his right leg, so his landing leg.
Upstairs. That was an adrenaline throw. Now let's see what the second was.
That was a let's test this leg first throw. There we go.
Everybody satisfied? Good sign.
Rick Griffin, head trainer, still talking to him as we take another look at this line drive. Trying to get out of the way of it. His leg up in the air right there, and then hopefully maybe hit him in the hamstring just above the knee.
So he's got 2 outs. Jonathan Scope, the second baseman, batting in the 9 hole, will be the hitter. Moving down to third, shortstop J.J. Hardy.
And Again, the Mariners playing scope to pull the ball on the infield, straight up in the outfield.
Fouled off. Mariners in the infield. Seager, Taylor, Cano, and Morris, and Morales. Mackley, Jackson, and Chavez in the outfield. One to Scope. Gray headed his glove. 3-1.
Pitches so far for Paxton. 24 strikes.
Three-one pitch. Andy walked it. Second walk. First guy he walked, Nick Markakis, is coming to bat.
And that will bring Rick Waits out of the dugout. Going to make sure that he is okay. 41 pitches now in the game for him. And
the anxious moments have just got to be crazy for Paxton right now. I mean, you wait all this time, 116 days since your last outing in the big leagues. You work your butt off to get back and you get a lineup like that. Crazy. That is the game of baseball.
And the other part of it too is I didn't expect him to be real sharp here in his first outing. You mentioned the time that he has had off. Getting hit in the leg certainly doesn't help. And he walks the first batter after being hit. I think for Rick, just a chance to catch his breath and make sure that he's okay.
Scopes at first. And they got Hardy at third. Here's Markakis. Walked and scored in the first inning. There's a good pitch there. Takes for a ball, 1-1. Down low, 2-1. Hopefully he can get out of this inning. Mariners have a long offensive top of the third. Give him a chance to catch his breath, get his thoughts sorted out, and regroup.
Baltimore's 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position so far. Been able to make some big pitches when he's needed to. A couple of stressful innings for him.
He's got a 2-2 count here to Markakis. This is wild. 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Looks at the left field. Ackley got a great break on it and makes the catch. Dustin Ackley, a fine catch to end the second inning and keep the Orioles off the board. What a great jump he got. Comes in. That's his second defensive gem in as many nights. 1-0 Baltimore. Well, there were 2 outs and runners at the corners, and here's Dustin Ackley. Look at a fantastic jump he got, sliding catch, and it's a big one. And it keeps the Orioles off the board, 1-0 Orioles. And joining us right now, our own left-hander, Bill Kruger. And Bill, what's your thoughts on what you've seen so far in the first 2 innings from Mr. Paxton?
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you. And there was something I was a little bit curious about, Bill. As you know, with Paxton, he's such an even-keeled guy. And I had a chance to talk to him early today, and he seemed really excited about this start. So I was a little curious on where he was going to be overall. I don't think that any of us should expect him to be pinpoint as Jackson grounds out the third. But the one thing that I would ask you, Bill, is watching him after he was hit in the leg with that line drive. I was watching him to see if maybe he shortened up his stride, if there were any problems there. He looked like he was fine to me. What did you think? Right. Right.
All right, Bill, look forward to hearing you again on the post-game show. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. 1-1 to Ackley here with 1 out, nobody on against Miguel Gonzalez. Ackley popped up to the shortstop his first time. He's behind 1-2. Congratulations to Jim Thome. He signed an honorary contract with the Indians today and officially retired. Big league ball player. Bounce foul. Thome, one of the really great guys, played during his time in the bigs. 500+ home runs. Number 2 to Ackley. Bounces in there for ball 2, 2-2. Nothing on Adam Jones' RBI ground out in the first. Mariners left the bases loaded in the second inning. Ackley drives one to right. Markakis can only watch, and it's gone. Dustin Ackley with a home run ties it at 1-1 with his 6th homer of the year. RBI number 37. Brand new ball game here with 1 out in the third.
Second home run on the road trip for Dustin. We talked about it before the game. He's been a hot hitter. 386 average for him since the All-Star break. Will McClendon had moved him up in the lineup, and he's responded. He's hitting the ball hard, but he gets a fastball 91 miles an hour, and this in the danger zone to a left-handed hitter. You can see it run right back over the middle of the plate and down, and he gets just enough of it to hit it over the scoreboard and right.
There's Cano, grounded out to second.
Another look at the swing by Dustin. Does a good job staying behind it, too. It's one of the things I was talking to Howard Johnson about a couple of weeks ago with Dustin. He says at times that front hip has a tendency to leak out towards right field, but he hasn't been doing that at all. Hitting to all fields, really. A couple of home runs on the trip.
Outside to Cano, 2-0. An early impact on this game by Dustin Ackley. A fine defensive catch to end the second inning, and now a home run to tie it at 1-1.
He's playing with a lot of confidence right now. We talked about it even in Cleveland. He made some fine plays in Cleveland out in left field.
Aaron's third hit, run on 3 hits and an error. Coming on is Markakis. Did he get it?
Yes, he did. Took second base umpire Tim Welke. He was on the spot.
I'm not so sure.
He made the call. Let's see. Lloyd is up on the top step.
We'll take a look and see if it hits some grass in the outfield. Markakis had to cover a lot of ground to get to it.
Ooh,
that's close.
His view was partially blocked. You see that?
Yeah.
Second baseman goes right in front of him.
That's a factor.
Well, it's Tim Welke. He looked as if he was in great shape, but I think it was Scope, the second baseman, that runs right in front of him. And here's another look at it. See if it catches on the end of the glove or if it hits the grass. I think that's going to be a catch. And Lloyd runs back to the dugout, so they're going to give him a catch on that. Good play by Markakis.
He is a good one. Lloyd back to the dugout. 2 outs, a run in, a tie ball game thanks to Dustin Ackley. Here's Kendrys Morales, who struck out on an 0-2 pitch.
And Baltimore with the shift on again. Scope out in right field. Hardy, the shortstop, over on the right side of the infield. And they will keep this defense for the next 3 hitters: Morales, Seager, and Morrison.
Bounces this one to Hardy. He throws out Morales. Good news. Dustin Ackley on a 2-2 pitch. Drives one out of here to tie it at 1-1. And as you know, James Paxton working his way back here to become a starter, coming off a rehab. And we talked to Rick Griffin, the Mariners head athletic trainer, on how Paxton handled his comeback.
Probably the biggest thing is his disposition. He's been very calm the whole time, and this has been very challenging for him because there were a couple times earlier where he was doing really well and he had some minor setbacks, but he never let anything get to him. He just kept working, kept focusing on the end of the trip, and he's been really good about that. We put the 4 guys that have had this injury side by side on video, and all 4 of the guys have really high arm angles and really high releases. Most people, when they throw, if you look at most pitchers, they externally rotate their arm and they go in a lower arm plane than what James does and what Pryor does. And that was a common denominator in the 4 guys that have had this injury. So we think that has something to do with it. And the other thing, too, is they all throw hard. All the guys that have had this injury all throw above 92 miles an hour. So they get their arm up high, and that lengthens the lat muscle where it attaches into the bone, and that's the one thing that we noticed.
Well, that all ties together. Thank you, Rick. There's Manny Machado to lead it off here in the home third. Manny, Adam Jones, and Nelson Cruz 2, 3, and 4. Paxton ahead 0-2. So it sort of adds up when you think about the injuries. When you talk about Pax and you talk about Stephen Pryor, who has dealt to Minnesota. Here's a line drive, base hit off the bat of Machado. Andy Chavez gets it back in. 2 for 2 night for Manny.
Well, I think that it's interesting because it's one of the things that we like so much about Pryor and Paxton. One, the velocity, of course, the throwing over the top. You get that downward angle, and it'll be interesting to see over the course of the winter if they make some changes to try to protect that area. As you take a look right over the top, and it's one of the things that we've liked so much about James. And he has a special arm, there's no question, but he's talking about 4 players that the Mariners have had in their organization. We know about Paxton and Pryor, and if that's an issue, I'd be curious to see if Rick waits. Maybe he won't do it now, but maybe over the winter try to change something with him. But it's one of the things that we really like about James. It creates that good angle, that downward angle. That'll be interesting to watch.
Boy, that starts to affect your scouting too when you think about it. I mean, these are young guys here. Does that change what you start looking for as a scout, as an organization?
Maybe it's one of those things where when you get them and they're really young, you try to make an adjustment early with them. That was interesting to hear.
Yeah, it sure was.
You have to catch up with Rick and have a little bit deeper conversation with him about that.
2-0 to Adam Jones. He's accounted for the Orioles run. RBI ground out. Hammered, look out. Adam Jones, he prides himself in his ability to hit a fastball. He said he get Garrett Richards last week. He had a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, rode one out of here.
Well, we know that Richards, he will rush it up there at 97, 98.
Two-one pitch. Taylor made. Double play. 2 down.
Good play by Taylor. Infielders all have a clock, and you can see Taylor's ball hit really hard to him. And Jones is a speedy runner, but they had plenty of time, so it was an easy flip. Make an accurate throw to Cano. He comes all the way across the bag, not in a hurry at all. Finishes it with a strong throw to first. Turn the double play. Sometimes you'll see younger players, they'll rush the throw after they make the catch, and most of the time the second baseman doesn't even have time to get there. That's when mistakes happen, so it was a good play all the way around.
Cruz struck out on 3 pitches his first time. And a more discriminating here in the third with 2 outs, nobody on. Two and 1. Jones put the Orioles ahead 1-0 in the first. Dustin Ackley top of this inning with a home run to even the score. Three balls, 1 strike. Big pitch here, 3-1. Fouled off by Cruz.
Or James, his best fastball so far at 97 miles an hour. It's interesting. First 4 pitches, all of them inside to him. That last fastball up and out over the plate.
2 outs, nobody on. Time called. Three-2. Struck him out. Cruz goes down swinging for the second time. That's 3 strikeouts in the early evening here for James Paxton. 1-1 ball game. James Paxton back with the Mariners. He struck out 3 through 3, giving up a run on 3 hits. He's been hit by a batted ball, but so far so good.
That last fastball right there to end the inning to Cruz, a strikeout, 98 miles an hour from Paxton. His best fastball of the night. Challenged him, was able to throw it by him.
See if the Mariners can get him some more runs. Mariners 2 or fewer runs in 7 of the last 10 ball games, and that's what Paxton's done through 59 pitches and 3 innings.
And a couple of stressful innings the first 2 innings. Pitch count up too high right now.
Seager, Morrison, and Taylor 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Mariners. Kyle flied out the center's first time. Looks at strike 1. No shift on here for Kyle.
He waited his first time. Once he was in a 3-1 count, that's when they moved the infield around.
See what happens here. 0-1. Shadow Hardy scope and pierce the infield. The outfield of Young, Jones, and Markakis. Behind this man, Miguel Gonzalez. Hold up. 2-1.
And now they put the shift on. So Hardy moves around to the right side of the infield.
Could not get the bunt down. Fair territory. 2-2.
Here in Cleveland, Kyle picked up a bunt base hit against the shift.
Leading off an inning, right?
Yep, leading off an inning, which is what he's doing now.
Two. Back this way. Wrap up this series tomorrow. Mariners have a day off at home on Monday. Then Atlanta, the White Sox, and the Blue Jays come to town. Full count to Kyle Seager. Gonzalez with 5 wins on the season. He's beaten Tampa Bay, 1 at Pittsburgh, beat Cleveland, 1 at Tampa Bay again, and 1 at the Angels. Center field. Here comes Jones. Makes the play. One away here in the 4th. Anderson 100.7 the Wolf for combining cleats and cowboy boots for country music night at Safeco Field Tuesday, August 12th. For only $24, you're going to get a ticket, a t-shirt, and $10 concession credit, all while enjoying a great soundtrack of country classics for the evening. Especially priced tickets are available only at mariners.com/country. August 12th, the Blue Jays will be in town for 7:10 start. Broken bat base hit for Logan Morrison his first time.
Baltimore will keep the shift on. They had it on when Morrison had his base hit, and they're back there. He was able to hit it over Hardy's head. Fly ball fell in for him.
Runs away for a ball, 1-1. It's the biggest difference with Lomo. Remember, mid-June at Kansas City, he really started swinging the bat for about a 10-day period. Really very successful.
Unfortunately, he was swinging the bat well and wasn't getting paid off on it. He was hitting the ball hard at a lot of infielders and outfielders lined out quite a bit. And then he went through a short period of time where I thought that he was struggling at the plate, maybe just a couple, 2 or 3 days. But he looks like he's swinging the bat better, and now he's starting to get some hits, including getting a hit his first time up.
Rolls over on one. Pitcher Gonzalez covers. 2 away. Here's Brad Adams. All right, Brett, thank you. 2 outs. Brings up Chris Taylor. Second time tonight. 10 pitch at bat. Single to center. First time, and rifles one left field. Another base hit. And his friends and family right underneath us in the middle deck from Virginia Beach, Virginia, enjoying that.
We're talking about him in his first at bat, and he's aggressive on the fastball, especially early in the count, and that's what he gets right here. 91 miles an hour on the inside corner, maybe even just off the plate. Good look from our McDonald Supermo. He tries to run it in on his hands, but he cuts it off right out in front of the plate. Solid line drive base hit into left.
2 outs and Taylor at first for Indy Chavez, who walked. This be a good time to have the young man try to steal his first bag.
Why not? You have a couple of outs. If he gets thrown out, you can have Indy lead off the next inning.
One, Andy. Left-handers hitting .270 against Miguel Gonzalez. Righty's .273. Off the glove of Gonzalez, Scope fields and throws out Andy Chavez. That'll do it. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. Bottom of the fourth coming up in a 1-1 game. Mariners baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by Seattle City Light. Visit seattle.gov/WePower for more information. By CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. And by Jack in a Box. Head to Jack in a Box for the new jalapeno ranch or barbecue ultimate cheeseburgers at participating restaurants. Good look at sculpture fountain here in Baltimore. Very comfortable temperature, 78 degrees, humidity not the factor it was, say, in 2009 and 10 when we were here. And temperature was, it was ringing in about 95 and matching humidity.
Much nicer now.
Delman Young, J.J. Hardy, and Steve Pearce against James Paxton. Delman Young struck out. The runner at third, and the run already in the first inning into the big threat. What could have been a big threat. Taylor gobbles it up and throws out Delman Young. Away. Bring up J.J. Hardy. Got an infield hit his first time.
Good news for James is he looks perfectly fine and healthy. He's topped out at 98 miles an hour tonight. Bad news, too many pitches, 61 pitches for him so far as he works here in the fourth.
Liner on his leg off the bat of Caleb Joseph in the second inning.
The good news with that is he's still out there, so it looks like he'll be fine.
Just joining us, that was a big scare. Lloyd McClendon and skipper and Rick Griffin, the head athletic trainer, their best times from dugout to mound so far this season. Saw that happen. Man.
I was talking to James today, and I was asking him how many pitches, and he thought he would be 90, 95, somewhere in that area for his first outing. And we'll see. He had some stressful innings, first two innings. Lloyd McClendon and Rick Waits will take that into account.
1-2 pitch. It's way off the plate, 2-2. Cano at second base, playing up the middle against JJ. Swing and a miss. So Hardy's gone. Fourth strikeout of the night for Paxton and his second in his last three hitters. Take a look at the Mariner calendar. Sleep Country USA bringing it to you. Wrap up tomorrow against the Orioles. Day off at home. Braves for 2. They've had all kinds of problems scoring runs. The White Sox for 4, and then the Blue Jays. That's a team that Mariners and fans are focused on, trying to catch them for that second wild card position in the American League. Swinging a pop-up foul off the bat of Steve Pearce. Two away, nobody on. Pearce grounded out to Seager's first time. One. Good pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Paxton's given up a run on 3 hits. Here's the 1-2. Took a lot off. Just got a piece of it. One-two offering. Swing and a miss, and a good breaking ball by James Paxton. His 5th strikeout. He struck out 3 of the last 4 that he's faced in this 1-1 game. The Toronto Blue Jays are coming to town. Next homestand, and Mike, they have had quite a wild ride in July.
Well, you look a month ago, back on July 2nd, the standings in the West. You had the Angels out in front of the Mariners. Mariners just a game behind the Angels. The Angels now a game behind the A's for the division lead. But Toronto leading the East. And so you're thinking, well, what's going on? Well, Baltimore now out in front in the East, and Toronto, they've had their issues. And we've talked about it all the time about the schedule and what it means. And you start looking at it for Toronto. I think the schedule has had a big indicator. At the start of the month, you go back July 3rd through the 18th. They go 2-9 their record, but they had 10 road games, which is a big key. 4 of them against the A's, and they played the Angels. And so they really had struggled, and I thought a big part of that was right before the All-Star break. They had to face David Price, and then coming out of the break, they get Yu Darvish. So some tough pitching, some really good teams. That's when they struggled and fell out of first place in the East. But then the schedule always turns back around, and it did for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays turning things around. And we look since July 19th and what their schedule had looked like. That's the way that they were able to fight their way back and actually get out in front of the Mariners in that second wild card spot. But 11-3 record since July 19th. 7 games against Boston. We saw the fire sale with the Red Sox. They have really struggled. The Yankees, of course, no Tanaka there. And then Houston and Texas, 2 teams that have struggled this year. And that's the reason why that they were able to get out in front of the Mariners. Big reason why. And a pretty good throw by Sucre there. And a good catch by the fan.
Caught it cleanly.
Saved a lot of people by doing that too.
Yes,
standing
he
ovation
did.
for a good reason.
And he's got a Mariner cap on. How about that? Oh man. Well, he had it all the way. Nice job.
One of the better bat throws we've seen by Sucre.
Two and two to Sucre, leading off here in the 5th inning. Sucre slicing drive. Jones outruns it. Let's take a look at our Coors Light cold hard facts. What do you have, Mike?
Well, it's upcoming schedules again, because at this point forward, this is what we're looking at. We showed you the Blue Jays coming to town, and the Mariners will finish with the Blue Jays. But right here, 25 games over 500. That's who they have to face, including 3 division leaders. Tough schedule for the Blue Jays, but it turns around for the Mariners. You look at them, 21 games under 500. And they only face 1 division leader. So the Mariners, and of course those 7 games against the Blue Jays, the Mariners have an opportunity to not only stay in this thing but overtake them. The Jays 3 games ahead of the Mariners at the start of today for that second wild card spot. So it's interesting to watch the schedule and how tough it can be and hurt you at times. And the Blue Jays have had an easy time of it over the last 2 weeks, but it is going to turn around for them. And the Mariners schedule a little bit better for them.
And if you're a Mariner fan, I highly recommend for games on August 11, 12, 13. Don't let Canadian fans scoff up all the tickets, because you know they will.
That's a great point.
They will come down from BC and they'll dominate and make a lot of noise if you don't buy some tickets.
Well, that can turn out to be a huge series for the Mariners.
Up the middle, Jackson gets his first Mariner base hit. So Austin Jackson, a 1-out single here in the 5th inning in this 1-1 game. Are we going?
Well, Jackson was 3 for 4 off of Gonzalez with a home run coming into this game, so felt that things were going to go pretty well for him. He's hit the ball hard twice, lined out to second, hit the ball hard to third, but he finally finds a hole, gets a base hit with a solid line drive right back up the middle. Good swing by Austin Jackson, the leadoff hitter of the Mariners.
Well, here's Ackley, tied it up on the home run. 1 out in the 3rd, a 2-2 pitch. Hit it over the scoreboard. Markakis has turned and watched it leave. Back safely. Quick throw by Caleb Joseph.
It was strange to see Dustin take that pitch the way that he did. I think he saw Jackson, who took off at first, a hard step towards second, and Dustin immediately took it. I think maybe he thought that Austin was going to try to steal it. Because typically he will be aggressive on a fastball. First pitch strike to him.
Jackson with the Tigers, 9 out of 13 in base stealing. Hit hard down the line. Jackson at full throttle, heading to third, getting a wave on, and now a stop sign by Rich Donnelly. A double by Ackley with 1 out, and the Mariners in business here in the 5th inning. Ackley with the double, is 22nd of the season.
He has been a hot hitter for the Mariners. There you can see it, 22nd double of the season. He gets a pitch elevated. It looks like the slider. That's a changeup up in the middle of the plate, and he hits it hard down the right field line. So a couple of extra base hits for Dustin, a home run, and now this double sets up the Mariners, puts him in great shape with Cano walking up to the plate.
A sliding catch by Markakis to take away a base hit from Cano in the 3rd. His first at bat, he grounded out the 2nd.
And again with Cano hitting straight up on the defense, infield and outfield straight away.
Cano started tonight a .334 hitter. Camden Yards 77. They did 159 career games against the Orioles and hitting .363 in 77 games here in this ballpark. Great speed. Jackson and Ackley. 1 out.
All the outfielders playing deep. Actually, with the good speed at second, should score on a base hit. One thing to keep in mind, this is a fast field. Ball gets to the outfield, it will get to him fairly quick.
And you got plus arms in Jones and Markakis, center and right field.
Cano drives it right field. It is gone. A 3-run homer, Robinson Cano, and the Mariners have a 4-1 lead. For Robbie, his 8th home run takes his RBI total to 62. A line drive 3-run jack.
Needed that.
It looks like it's the changeup again. We saw Ackley hit the double down the right field line on the changeup. 84-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch coming up, and it is the change. Screaming line drive. I wasn't sure it was going to be high enough to get over the fence. Good catch out there.
15th career home run here at Camden Yards for Robinson Cano. His 29th home run career against the Baltimore Orioles.
Bring up Morales. Morales 0 for 2, a strikeout, and is grounded out to short.
How about this? The Mariners with 4 runs on the board in the 5th inning.
Trying to get some action out in the pen for Baltimore. Nobody throwing in the Mariners bullpen. Baltimore has the shift on again with Morales hitting.
Inside to Kendricks. Two and one. Bouncing ball, charging his scope, coming in from short right field to throw out Morales for out number 2. See if Seager can restart it here. Mariners are 40-10 when they score 4 or more runs. Coming into tonight's game, Mariners had 2 or fewer runs in 7 of their last 10. Here's Seager. Makes a strike 1. He's behind 0-2 here.
Buck Showalter taking the shifts to a whole new level. He's doing it by counts now.
Okay. New era of baseball goes the other way. Here's Hardy. It's to gun it over, and he gets him. So Seager's thrown out, but the big blow after a single and a double. Cano hits a 3-run homer. Mariner fan catches the bat. Look at this, a 3-run jack by Cano. The Mariners have a lead. Nice catch by that fan out there in right field. 4-1 lead for the Mariners. All right, Brad, thank you. A 4-1 lead. Big 3 spot in the 5th inning by the Mariners for this 4-1 lead.
I'm still keeping an eye on James Paxton, his first start back from the DL. 73 pitches for him. Nobody throwing in the Mariner bullpen. And James was telling me today that he thought he was going to be in the neighborhood of 90 to 95 pitches. Had good stuff. Topped out at 98 miles an hour and throwing some really good curveballs this evening.
He's got 5 strikeouts, including 3 of the last 4 men that he's faced. Good block.
I don't know if it's on.
Getting ready for Baltimore. Caleb Joseph rides one. Left field. Deep. Gone. Home run. It's his 4th home run. His 13th RBI. Orioles were to the Toronto homers. It's their 130th home run.
Turns on a fastball. We'll see where Sucre sets up. This pitch is going to be on the inside corner. Sucre basically set up in the middle of the plate, but he gets it right there on the inside corner. Joseph gets the barrel out in front of it and keeps it fair just inside the foul pole. James hoping it was going to go foul.
Here's Scope. Walked at a 3-1 pitch in the 2nd. Orioles, the 8th best batting team in the American League. Number 2 in home runs. Number 7 in runs scored. Easy play for Taylor. Throws out Scope. Here's another look as it gets fair. Leaves the ballpark. Off the bat of Caleb Joseph. Early 1900s, it's going way back, that would have been called a foul ball. How about that? Assuming I'm told that it landed in foul territory. Beyond the fence. Top of the order, here's Nick Markakis. Walking run scored in the 1st. And then Ackley made a terrific sliding catch. Save a couple of runs in the 2nd inning.
Bullpen getting busy now. Looks like Dominic Leone, who was up earlier in the ball game. And James now at 80 pitches for the game. It is Dominic.
One to Markakis. This is down low 2-1. 4 runs, 7 hits, an error, 4 left by the Mariners. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 3 left by the Orioles. With the 3-1 count. Manny Machado having a good night. He's 2 for 2. That's his 3rd walk. Paxton wants his 3rd hitter. 1 out, a run in. Mariners can already promise a clutch hit when they take on the White Sox next Friday at 7:10. That's because it's EQC Girls Night Out. And when you purchase a specially priced ticket, you're going to pick up a Mariners fashionable clutch. It's a great accessory. You get the ticket to the game, and your first drink is available for as low as $25. All of this only at mariners.com/girls.
And Lloyd McClendon out to the mound. and he's thinking about the rest of the season and that young man's career. 83 pitches, 49 strikes for James.
So he leaves with a 4-2 lead here in the fifth. League mound in 116 days, leaves with the lead. And Mike, your thoughts on what you saw here tonight?
I thought overall that he was good. It topped out at 98 miles an hour. He looked as if he was throwing free and easy, no problems. He gets this line drive off of his leg. That concerned everybody. But the good news, that came back in the second inning. He stayed out there and seemed to be fine. No ill effects from that. But just a tremendous fastball and that good curveball from James. Wasn't as sharp as he's going to be, but you can expect that. It's been a long time for him. I know he was excited to be out there. 4 1/3, just 4 hits, couple of runs. They were earned, including the solo homer. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He threw 83 pitches, 49 of them, 4 strikes. So I thought overall good first outing for him. We talked about it early. I was wondering if he was going to get to the 90 to 95 pitches that he told me, but with a couple of stressful innings early, taking the line drive off the leg, Lloyd thought that was enough at 83 pitches.
Plus performance.
Dominic Leone will take over his 40th appearance on the year. 2.27 ERA, 48 strikeouts over the 43 2/3 that he has pitched. Opponents hitting 238 off of him.
First appearance against the Baltimore Orioles. Manny Machado is the hitter. Nick Markakis at first. Machado with a double to left and a single to right. Here comes Andy Chavez. Long run towards the line. He's there, makes the catch in foul territory. 2 outs. 1 pitch, 1 out by Leone, and that will bring up Adam Jones. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Adam Jones, RBI ground out in the first and hit into a double play in the third. Jones put the Orioles up in the first inning. Ackley tied it in the third with a home run, and then Cano in the top half of this inning, a 3-run homer. Jones developed into one of the best center fielders in the American League. Ball 1 from Leone.
Good fastball from Dominic. 96 miles an hour. He'll typically sit right around 95. Also use a cutter and a hard slider.
Back. Pitched 2/3 of an inning, a hit and strikeout on Thursday. They're in a 6-5 win at Cleveland. He's got Jones 1 and 2. Ranging over to his left is Austin Jackson, and that will do it. So a home run by Caleb Joseph makes it a 4-2 ball game. Time now for a Geico This Date in History. Our own Bill Krieger is named the American League Pitcher of the Month for July back in '91. 4-0 record, a 1.19 ERA. Bill Krieger, Pitcher of the Month. Wonder Felix, what's his record? We got to get his record. He pitched a great month of July.
No, he hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs in forever, it seems like. But how about Bill with a 1.19 ERA? He was missing a lot of bats. Left-hander.
Brad Brock takes over here.
23rd appearance on the year, a 3.23 ERA for him. 39 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts, 15 walks. Opponent's hitting .212. He's given up 3 home runs. He will get Morrison, Taylor, and Chavez due up here in the top of the 6th inning. Morrison with a base hit, 1 for 2. Taylor waiting on deck, 2 for 2 night for him.
Well, here you go. 5 starts for Felix Hernandez, month of July. 1-1 record, a 1.70 ERA. Scherzer 4-0 with a 2.08. He would probably be the first guy to ever win it with a 1-1, wouldn't he? Good grief. 1-1 with a 1.70 in 5 starts.
Baltimore with the shift on again with Morrison hitting.
1-1, Alomo. Chris Sale 3-0 with a 0.85 ERA in the month of July. Off the mask. And Caleb Joseph. Stunning blow.
Just a foul tip right into his mask. That's that hockey helmet. We don't see many guys using that anymore, at least not as much. Oh, a piece of it fell off of there too.
What was it?
A direct shot.
Jose Molina down in Tampa Bay. Make sure you text your manufacturing rep, Caleb. Foul back. So, Brad Brock last week. 2-2. Foul back.
Logan's had some good swings, some good passes at some fastballs. That last fastball, 94 miles an hour. Elevated a little bit out over the plate. He's fouled both of them straight back. Howard Johnson, the hitting coach.
Two and two to Morrison. Left field, backing up Delman Young. Waits there to make the catch. One out here in the sixth. Catch the season debut of Seahawks All Access this Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Get exclusive player interviews and Seahawks stories you can't find anywhere else. And if you miss Wednesday's episode, make sure you tune in for re-airs throughout the week on Root Sports. Your local programming schedule. Visit rootsports.com. Mariner fans with a New York Giant fan thrown in there. Here's Taylor, fly ball, short center field. Adam Jones coming in, the shortstop Hardy going back, and he makes the play. 2 outs, and it'll bring up Endy Chavez, who's walked and grounded out. Brad Brock out of Freehold, New Jersey, lives in Nashville, Tennessee, 6'6", 215. Orioles got him from the Giants back in November of last year. The minor league right-hander Devin Jones. Brock has been in the big leagues with San Diego for parts of 3 seasons. Working out of the bullpen.
Nobody throwing in the Mariner pen, so it looks like Leon will go out and pitch the bottom of the 6th inning.
A low pitch. Grounds it to Hardy, and he throws him out to Brad Brock. 1-2-3 in the 6th. Mariners lead 4-2. 3-run homer in the 5th as we take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the game.
Gets a changeup up and out over the plate, lines it out to right. Wasn't sure it was going to be high enough to get over that big wall and right, but for Robinson, his 8th home run of the year, but more importantly, a 3-run homer to give the Mariners the lead.
Mariners had tied it on a home run by Ackley in the 3rd. Caleb Joseph homered for Baltimore in the bottom of the 5th. There's Nelson Cruz batting against Dominic Leone. The Cruz, Delman Young, J.J. Hardy, 4, 5, and 6 against Dominic, who got the last 2 outs of the 5th inning. Cruz struck out twice at the hands of James Paxton.
And as this inning started, Brandon Maurer up in the pen. Hard throwing right-hander.
One and 2. Well, that's a good formula. You get Dominic here in the 6th. Get him Brandon Maurer in the 7th. Medina in the 8th. Rodney in the 9th. Bye-bye if it works.
If you need to, you can bring Charlie or Beimel with the job that they've done. Mix and match along the way.
Bullpen's been sensational. Hit foul.
Best bullpen in the American League.
There they are. Mike Zunino hanging with the fellas tonight. Home run later with 17.
Different view for him out there.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Cruz.
Breaking balls in a row.
Cruz 2nd in homers, 6th in runs batted in, and 6th in slugging percentage. 2-2 pitch. Playable. Cano calls everybody off. That's my ball. My territory. Go away. CenturyLink link to what's next. Sashi Wakuma goes against one-time Mariner Farnham and Chris Tillman. Wakuma looking for his 10th victory. Former Mariner Jim Presley join us on the pregame show. Jim, the hitting coach for the Orioles. Who's young. Tillman tonight struck out and grounded out.
Here's the good cut fastball from Dominic at 90. Cutter will be 90, 91 miles an hour. 4-seamer right around 95.
Seager charges, throws, safe.
Delman Young still gets down the line in good shape, doesn't he?
I was surprised. Now again, he's down. What did he say? He's 230. He's 230. Had been down to 220. I can't hit with pop at under 220, but he's carrying a bigger payload and showing some pretty good quicks.
You can't make the play any better than what Kyle Seager did. He was playing deep, and now Lloyd McClendon out of the dugout. He thinks that maybe there's an out. Good look at our McDonald's Supermo, and he has it. He's going to have him look at it, I'm sure. So a great play by Kyle Seager, who had been playing deep, had to come in, and he is out. So they will go take a look at it.
Tim Timmons along with crew chief Tim Welke.
I think they'll get that one overturned. Well, we have a minute. Congratulations to the 18U Taylor baseball team.
baby.
They went down to San Diego to finish up their summer, the Phil Singer Summer Series tournament. They had to play 16 games in 6 days. They won the champion. 16 games in 6 days. They came through the losers bracket, but they ended up winning the championship. So congratulations to them. Play out of Bellevue.
Your big left-hander, is that your big left-handers club?
Yeah,
Good for you. Congratulations.
Yeah. Good summer for him. Here's another look at it right here. Kendry's stretching out there, foot on the bag. Yeah, he has his foot on top of the base, and he's out. Good play by Kyle. I like the way that he used his glove on that play. So many times you see guys try to barehand it every time.
Looks like that foot.
He's on
Morales
there.
Is still on
yeah,
there.
They call him out. But I like the way that Kyle used his glove. So many times you see those guys come in, they'll use the barehand, and if the ball's moving a little bit too fast, they'll end up dropping it on the infield, and Kyle thought he had time, and he did just enough time to get Young. So good play from Kyle.
2 outs here in the 6th. Nobody on. Here's J.J. Hardy. Strike 1. Hardy tonight, infield hit and a strikeout. Oh, 2.
We're talking about the bullpen, and we know that they have just great arms out there, but these guys can really pitch. Last fastball from Dominic was right on the outside corner. Gets ahead in the count. 0-2, does what he's supposed to. Buries a slider off the plate to see if he can get him to chase it. But we see that from each guy. It's great command of their pitches. Do a good job of mixing things up.
On 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Strike 3 called. We'll just address the fact that they can pitch, and that's a heck of a paint job to go 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Some more runs, not a bad idea. Baseball on Root Sports, being brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win.
There we go. There's that swing. You can see that swing on his t-shirt. Ken Griffey Jr., the Mariner fan.
That's last year's jerseys, wearing it proudly here. Utah Street. Out near the warehouse.
When that first came out with Junior in that swing and they had the circle to go around it.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. Going into the Hall of Fame 2016.
Jesus Sucre going to lead it off here in the top of the 7th. 0 for 2. Almost hitting. Brad Brock in his second inning of work went 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Mariners got a home run in the 3rd from Ackley to tie it at 1-1 and take the lead in the 5th. Robbie Cano, a 3-run home. Popped up. Scoped the second baseman. Away. Top of the order, and Austin Jackson. Last time up, got his first Mariner base hit. He's 1 for 3. Scored on the Cano 3-run homer, as did Ackley. Miguel Gonzalez started for Baltimore, 5 innings of 7-hit, 4-run ball. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. James Paxton started for the Mariners, 4 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts.
They're playing him to pull the ball on the infield, straight up in the outfield. Would scope the second baseman, playing right up the middle, and Hardy's over in the hole at short.
Two to Austin. Paxton only went 4 1/3. He can't get the win right now. Pitcher of record for the Mariners is Leone. Ryan Mannitz. He pitched well out of the bullpen last week back in Seattle. Here's the 0-2. And this is for ball 1. Brandon Maurer will get an opportunity to pitch. Austin Jackson thrilled to be back in a leadoff spot where he had so much success in the month of July. Hit .349. He was with Detroit under Brad Ausmus, the new manager. They had him batting anywhere from the 5, the 6, and the 7 hole. Good start. Fell apart in May. Hit only .200. Dived a little bit more, hitting just a little bit of improvement at .235 in June. Really came back in big July when he was inserted back in a leadoff spot.
So the Mariners are getting him at the right time. Hit the ball hard all 3 times. Lined out to second, hit the ball hard to the third baseman for an out. Then he finally ended up getting a base hit back up the middle when he scored a run.
Two and 2. Mariners wearing their navy blue tops for the first time since July 1st in Houston. Come back with them tomorrow.
I would.
This holds out. Ackley's on deck.
If I'm Dustin Ackley, I'm for it. Look at that, 2 for 3 with a home run and a double.
Might sleep in it. 2 and 2. We'll check his swing.
He's done a good job laying off some sliders that have been down and away from him. This will be the 8th pitch of the at bat coming up. Chris Taylor had a 10-pitch at bat, ended up getting a base hit.
And 2 to Jackson. And he'll take ball 4. 1 out base runner for the Mariners here in the 7th inning with a 4-2 lead as we check out our Seattle City Light power play.
Dustin Ackley, hot hitting in July and still hot in the month of August. This is his 2nd hit of the game. This one a home run that tied the game up 1-1. His 6th home run of the year. A couple of home runs now on the road trip.
Coach Showalter out to make a pitching change. Ryan Mannitz will take over when we get back. against Brian Maddox.
Now we're ready to go in the pen, so it looks like he will pitch the bottom of the 7th inning.
What a fine night for Ackley. 2 for 3. Good catch out in left field.
Had a good road trip. Good outing for Leon. Pitched well.
Saw Brian Maddox on Sunday. Scoreless inning, gave up a hit, walked 1, struck out 2.
ERA just over 4. 37 strikeouts in the 38 innings that he has worked. Opponents hitting .266, and he's given up 6 home runs this year.
Runner goes, and a pitch hit a long way down a left field line, and it is foul.
I'm going to guess that was a hit and run.
On 2 strikes. Jackson back at first. Lloyd McClendon's ball club trying to go 3-2 on this road trip. Looking for the 6th win since the All-Star break. 5-9 record. 1-2 pitch here. Taking for ball 2. Maddox also pitched in last Friday's game at Safeco Field. Inning and 2/3, 1 hit, no runs, and 3 strikeouts. Right to the call. Dropped the curveball on it. 2 away. Two outs here in the 7th inning, and for years he sat at the helm as Seattle's manager, and now he's going to take his rightful place in the Mariners Hall of Fame. Make sure you join us Saturday, August 9th. We induct Lou Piniella as the 8th member in a special pregame ceremony beginning at 5:30. Plus, first 20,000 fans going to take home a bobblehead of Swede Lou. So, well, thanks to Root Sports, be part of this memorable night. Get your tickets, Mariners.com. Of a feature on Lou Piniella, the player, and he is an outstanding player. That'll be in the pregame show tomorrow.
Played, what, about 18 years? 17, 18 years?
Yeah, very good career. And lots and lots of old footage of Lou. Here's Cano, 3-run homer on a 1-1 pitch back in the 5th. Look out. Oh, 2 to Cano. Shakes his head.
Just off the plate away. Good eye. And a good fastball from Mattis at 92 miles an hour.
You're asking about Mr. Piniella?
Yeah.
18 years, a .291 career batting average. Fouled off the mask.
Curtis tells me just 2 trips to the disabled list over the course of 18 years. So
that's really good, man.
Durable, too.
One was an ear infection. 102 home runs. Led the league in doubles in 1972 with the Royals with 33. Just got a piece of it. Inning started with Sucre popping up to the second baseman. Jackson walked. Brought in Maddox. Struck out Ackley looking, and now Cano 1-2. Ball 2 strikes. Throw over to first. One, 2 to Robbie. Showalter's team playing some good ball. Trying to hold off Toronto. They got a lot of big games. We're talking about the schedule. These Cats have a lot of games in their division coming down the stretch. Here comes Jones. Out goes Hardy. Jones calls him wow. Calls him off. And he makes the catch. 7th inning stretch time here in Baltimore with the Mariners leading 4-2. By Washington's lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? Sports Museum behind Oriole Park here at Camden Yards. 4-2 Mariner lead. Home runs by Ackley and Cano. Hey, the 12's in town. NFL preseason begins in earnest tomorrow. Congratulations to all the men who went into the Hall of Fame tonight, including Seahawk legendary left tackle Walter Jones. Great guy finally goes in. Great punter for the Oakland Raiders. Brandon Bauer takes over. This will be his 20th game, and he has turned his season around. He is a devastating one-inning, just throw lights out since he was sent down to AAA. After starting some games earlier in the season.
Well, we've seen him top out at 100 miles an hour. So he'll be in the upper 90s with his fastball. But you and I have talked about this too, Dave. I think the biggest thing is just his overall presence and attitude out on the mound.
Works fast, throws hard, dares you to hit it. Talked to a lot of guys in the club where they love his mindset, as does the skipper. He's got Steve Pearce, Caleb Joseph, and Jonathan Scope. Bottom third of the order here in the 7th inning. It's 1-1. First strike. 36,508 on hand here. Oriole Park, Camden Yards, 2-1. Swing and a miss.
The other thing that he has done is he's cut down the amount of pitches that he throws, meaning basically going with a good fastball, his slider, and a few changeups.
Austin Jackson calling everybody off. One away. Caleb Joseph homered his last time. That was in the 5th inning. Came against starter James Paxton. Pitcher of record right now is Dominic Leone. Paxton went 4 1/3. Didn't go to the necessary 5. Minimum 5.
Well, Joseph turned on a pretty good fastball from Paxton. They try to keep the ball away from him. The first pitch, a slider on the outside corner.
Talk about having some life. One pitch. The whole attitude is changed. He rarely ever leaves the mound in the rubber.
And he's not walking around with the ball. Let's go to the next one. Good fastball at 98.
Super, he thought he had it. Now we're 3-2. Jonathan Scope on deck. 3-2. Hit hard into the corner by Caleb Joseph. Ackley will play it off the wall. Said a good night. Followed up the home run with a 1-out double here in the 7th. His 7th double this season.
He came into the game hitting 199 with 3 home runs. There's some news for you. He can hit a good fastball on the inner half of the plate. This fastball's at 97 miles an hour. And again, the home run he hit off of Paxton was a fastball on the inside part of the plate.
Jonathan Scope, the second baseman, will walk in a ground out tonight.
Baltimore 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
Nathaniel Showalter. 1-0. Deep to left. Going foul. Like the Orioles are 3 for 12 in that category. Mariners are 0 for 6. Furbush heating up for the Mariners. 2-1 count to Scope. Catcher Caleb Joseph at second. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball deep right center field. Giving chase. Andy Chavez gets under it. Out number 2, tagging and advancing to third is Joseph. A 2 away. Make your voice heard. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag RootFanFave. Be sure to tune in every Sunday during the pregame show. We're going to unveil the fan favorites of the week. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. Rick Waite's going to come out for a visit. There's young pitcher Brandon Maurer.
Go over the scouting report on Markakis. And Maurer throwing hard. He's topped out at 98 miles an hour. Which, if you missed Paxton, he topped out at 98. A good fastball tonight. Hard curveball to his curveball. 12-6 curveball was there 83 miles an hour. But he had to throw a lot of pitches to get through 4 1/3. 83 pitches for James.
Runner at third. Markakis steps in. He represents the tying run. He's walked twice, scored a run, and lined out to left. Four-two ball game. One to Markakis. Chavez deep in right field. Jackson a couple steps towards the left and center. Ackley straight away. That had been in Oakland, that would have been an out.
I like that Sucre was helping Kyle out, letting him know it was in the stands. They'll run into the bricks over there.
The new generation of ballparks has a pretty bare minimum of foul territory. Mauer got the advantage right now. He's 1-2 to Markakis, 2 outs. And a runner at third. Two away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A 4-2 Mariner lead. Took the lead on a 3-run homer in the 5th inning by Robinson Cano. 1-2 pitch. Ball 2.
Trying to keep everything away from Markakis so far. Missed off the plate away with that last fastball.
Two pitch. Struck him out. Brandon Mauer. Big strikeout of the potential tying run ends the 7th inning, and the Mariners go to the 8th with a 4-2 advantage. How about Brandon Mauer? Was he emotional after getting this strikeout? And it's a big one of Nick Markakis with a runner at third. Impressive. He's exulting on the mound there. Mariners 4-2 lead. Now time for you to tweet your photos using the hashtag Mariners fan photo for a chance to have it shown later in the game. Brought to you by AT&T.
A lot of high fives for Maurer when he came to the dugout. Medina getting loose in the pen now.
Here's Kendrys Morales to lead off the 8th. Ryan Maddox still in there. Morales, Seager, and Morrison 4, 5, and 6. Big breaking ball for strike 1. Maddox got the last 2 outs of the 7th inning tonight. 0 for 3 night for Kendrys. Morales behind 0-2.
There's a look at Medina. He will pitch the 8th inning.
The 2 pitch. Bounced up there. First inning RBI ground out by Adam Jones. Tommy Hunter heating up for Baltimore. Orioles had a 1-0 lead, carried it into the 3rd. 1 out. Ackley homered over the scoreboard. Up around, almost got it to Utah Street. Tied it at 1-1. There's a broken bat. Base hit for Kendrys Morales. And then Cano went in a similar neighborhood out there with a 3-run homer to give the Mariners the lead at 4-1.
He breaks his bat, but he picks up a base hit, and he will take it. 1 for 4 night for Morales.
Let's see. Steve Pearce telling Maddox he's not going to be holding Morales on. Guard that line with Seager at the dish.
This is probably a situation where the Mariners miss Willie Bloomquist. You could send Willie out there to pinch run for Morales. Willie can play first base.
Suffering a knee injury, trying to beat out a single. Last homestand.
Hopefully he'll be back at the end of his 15 days. Good count for Kyle Seager, 2-0.
Third looking at Buck Showalter's face. It's 3:18 down the line here. Camden Yards. 3-0. Seager 0 for 3 tonight. Logan Morrison's on deck. Pitch. Takes a strike. Three-1 to Seager with Morales at first. Nobody out. Popped it up. Third baseman. Manny Machado for the out on the way in. Hey fans, follow every Mariners game. MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live look-ins, instant replay, scores, stats, audio, free MLB.tv, game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store or visit Mariners.com today. One out, one on for Logan Morrison. 1 for 3 this evening. Drops in a breaking ball, 0-2. Morrison DHing tonight with Morales playing at first base. Morales aboard with a leadoff single. Two.
Chris Taylor waiting on deck. 2 for 3 tonight.
Orioles still have 9 games left with the Yankees, 9 with Toronto, 7 with Tampa Bay, 6 with Boston. A lot of divisional play coming up in that final month. Very interesting. Also, to see who makes any waiver deals coming down the stretch here, too. Two and 2 to Logan. Takes ball 3.
Let's see if he can get a fastball that he can handle right here.
Taylor said a good night from family and friends up from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Three-two pitch to Lomo. And 2. Very comfortable night here. Humidity no factor at all. 78 degrees here in Baltimore. 3-2 pitch here to Morrison. And he takes ball 4.
Good at bat.
Sure was. First and second.
That'll bring out Buck Showalter. It's going to get Tommy Hunter, hard throwing right-hander.
One-time starter. We'll take a break. Chris Taylor's going to be the hitter when we come back. Mariners lead at 4-2. Pro Football Hall of Fame. Way to go, Trump. Worked with Trump for many years on Westwood One Radio. Chris Taylor. All one to him. 2 hits tonight, 2 for 3.
Mariners 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position tonight, but it was a big hit. 3-run homer by Cano.
Bouncing ball charged by Machado. Goes to Scope. That's a heck of a turn. That is really nice. Tough break for the Mariners. Tommy Hunter gets the double play the Orioles were looking for. Manny Machado. Mike, I know you appreciate this. That's a good play.
Great play.
Really well done. Mariners 4-2 lead. Few minutes. The Orioles lead in the East by 3. The Yankees beat Boston. And in the wild card chase, Angels have got their lead back up to 7. And the Mariners, Yankees, and Royals all in hot pursuit of the Blue Jays. And don't forget, the Blue Jays are in town when the Mariners come home. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, August 11, 12, 13.
And the Mariners getting some help from Houston over the last couple of nights. Astros beating the Blue Jays last night and again tonight. Help out the Mariners. Medina will take over, a 2.43 ERA in 37 innings. He has 34 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 191 against Medina. Good fastball at 95 miles an hour and a hard breaking ball. With the tough part of the lineup, Machado, Jones, and Cruz due up as you see Charlie Furbus getting loose out in the pen.
Medina's going to be the 4th pitcher tonight. Nice work by Brendan Maurer. That was a big strikeout Maurer got to get Markakis to end the 7th inning.
A lot of right-handers due up, but seeing Charlie, they do have Chris Davis on the bench tonight. So I think they're getting Charlie ready just in case he will pinch hit for somebody.
Medina ready to face Machado. First pitch to Manning. Off speed pitch for a strike. Orioles had the early lead, 1-0. RBI ground out by Jones. Ackley tied it with a homer in the 3rd. Cano gave the Mariners the lead with a 3-run homer in the 5th. Buck Showalter's catcher Caleb Joseph hit a home run in the 5th. And that's where we are right now, 4-2. Adding flinching in there, 1-2.
Machado didn't like the call. Put on our AQC tracer right on the inside corner.
Got a piece. Jim Presley, you want to know his numbers, the hitting coach for the Orioles, will be on our pregame show tomorrow. One-time Mariner third baseman. On the 2 here to Machado. Play him straight up. In the outfield and in the infield. 1-2.
It's trouble.
Big time. Just hold on to it. Throw to second. And Manny's in there.
That will be a base hit and an E1. Appreciate that Medina's trying to make the play, but better off just to eat this. By throwing it away, you take the double play out of the equation. Fortunately, the Mariners are up 2 runs. It's the second error in the game for the Mariners, both of them by the pitchers. Paxton had one earlier.
Trying to pick off a runner. That was back in the second inning. Throw over to first and threw it away, trying to get Hardy. And now you bring up Adam Jones. 0 for 3. Jones 1 for 3 against Medina. Orioles 0 for 8 runners in scoring position tonight. 0 for 6 in the first 2 innings against Paxton. Sucre got hit on that. On the backswing.
Maybe some dirt in his eyes. All right on the back of the hand.
Dangerous hitter here in Adam Jones. 0-1 from Medina. Oh, 2.
All 3 outfielders playing deep. Trying to stay away from the double. Kyle Seager step from the line at third.
Medina ready with the 0-2. Do it again. On deck hitter Nelson Cruz been quiet tonight. 2 strikeouts and a pop-up. The 0-2. Sucre, good one. 0-2.
All 4 pitches, sliders. Hasn't challenged him with a fastball yet. Tried to bury this pitch off the plate away, was able to get it there, but Adam holds up his swing.
One ball, 2 strikes. They're real deliberate, taking a lot of time. 1-2 here. And Cano calls timeout. Times when things are going on, Cano wants to get his word in there to either pick it up or just maybe a word of encouragement.
I think he wants to make sure that they throw the right pitch. It's been all breaking balls, and I'm not sure why it was taking so long to get him on the same page. It's typically a fastball away or the slider.
Mariners holding a 4-2 lead. Machado at second. Jones representing the tying run. Nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning here in Baltimore. Dino ready. Pitch to Jones. Striking now. Adam Jones goes down swinging. One away here in the 8th.
After 4 breaking balls, he comes back with a good fastball, 94 miles an hour with a little bit of run to it. Gets it right into the hands of Adam Jones. Ties him up with that pitch. Well located.
Whenever Cano passed along, things worked out for that at bat. Now you got Nelson Cruz.
Chris Davis has come out on deck. Delman Young was due up, and it looks like Davis will pinch hit for him.
All one. Here's Chris. Just took care of him last night. He went 0 for 3. 1 strikeout. He just looking. On 1. Locating his off-speed pitch is a lot better.
There's a lot of sliders in this inning. Some dangerous right-handed hitters trying to keep the ball away from him.
Cano shading up the middle, give all the right side to Cruz. That pitch up high. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to Cruz. Got him in between again. 2-2.
Good hard slider again off the plate away. Cruz guessing fastball.
Dina ready to work it. 2-2. Pitch to Cruz. Up high. Full count.
I miss with that fastball. I don't think he'll give in to him right now. Probably a slider. Charlie Ferber's ready to go in the pen.
Another big moment in this ball game. 3-2 pitch. Got him! Struck him out. Tag applied by Sucre. Back-to-back strikeouts by Aredis Medina. Third time Mariner pitching has struck out Cruz tonight.
And a good hard slider. Didn't think he would give in to him. Goes the slider. If he walks him, that's okay. You just don't want to give him a fastball to hit and hurt you. Cruz with 29 home runs on the year. Smart pitch to get the strikeout. And Chris Davis has been announced. And here comes Lloyd.
Well, this would be a rematch back on July 25th. Davis, the game-winning home run. Back at Safeco Field, 2-1 victory against Charlie Furbush. They're going to hook up again when we come back. 4-2 Mariners. And now 4-2 lead. And here's some of the highlights of what the bullpen has done tonight when it comes to strikeouts, and they've been some big ones.
They have some great arms out in their pen. Leon with a good fastball in the outside corner. And you have Brandon Maurer. Good breaking ball to get a strikeout and end an inning. And of course Medina with the hard slider off the plate away. This is the fastball into Adam Jones. He had a couple of strikeouts. Here's the slider to Cruz. So some good work by the best bullpen in the American League. And now it will be Charlie Furbush. For Charlie, his 46th appearance on the year. ERA just over 4, 31 innings, 33 strikeouts, only 6 walks. Well, it's hitting .267 off of Charlie. Good fastball, it'll be in the low 90s. And also use a slider.
Back on Friday, July 25th, the Mariners tied it up in the 6th inning on a sac fly by Kendrys Morales. Then top of the 10th, Davis led off. They brought in Charlie Furbush, 1-2 pitch. He hit a home run, and that proved to be the winner in a 2-1 decision. Well, here they're matched up again. Quick one from Charlie.
Fernando Rodney starting to get loose in the pen for the Mariners. J.J. Hardy, right-handed hitter, waiting on deck.
Fernando got his 30th save on Thursday. 0-1. Charlie's 0-1 to Chris Davis. Shift is on with Cano in short right field. No advancement. Shadow.
Pretty good play by Sucre. Again, that is a fastball at 93 miles an hour. Charlie just spikes it, and it looked like he was able to get a glove on it to keep it from going to the backstop. We talked about it with major league pitchers. When you call the fastball, you don't expect the fastball to be in the dirt, but a good play by Sucre.
One from Charlie. Slow breaking ball, swing and a miss.
He took a lot off of that, didn't he? 77 miles an hour. Well located too, off the plate away.
Big bender. Buck. Showalter. He looks like he's agonizing down there. Mariners have a 4-2 lead. Davis represents the tying run. Charlie with a 1-2 pitch. Fly ball deep right field. Indies coming in. Gonna make the play, and that'll do it. The bullpen gets the job done in the 8th. Smiles all around. Big Charlie gets the out the Mariners need. It's 4-2 Seattle. Here at Oriole Park in Camden Yards, a 4-2 Mariner lead. Get downtown from the airport for only $2.75 on Sound Transit's light rail. See how easy it is at soundtransit.org. Edge of your seat excitement here in the 8th. My goodness. Medina throws a ball away that he knows as well as anybody should have held on to, second guessing, and then he gets 2 huge strikeouts, and then Charlie pops up Chris Davis.
Well, tough part of the order to get through. A lot of home runs with that group that the Mariners had to pitch to, and were able to get out of it. Tommy Hunter will stay on, the right-hander. He came into the game at the top of the 8th inning.
Got Indy Chavez leading off the 9th. Takes up high for ball 1. Indy with a walk and a couple of groundouts tonight. Back. Fernando Rodney continues to heat up for the Mariners. Chris Davis takes over at first. Steve Pearce, who started the game at first, moves in the left field. Davis a pinch hit for Delman Young. Two and 1 to Indy. followed by Jesus Sucre and Austin Jackson. Come back to the Hunter. One away. Let's get the latest from Brett Adams. You are correct. That's a heck of a poke. That was during the home run derby. That's an awesome poke. There it is. Got all of it. Down the line. It is a foul ball.
It's a fastball in the middle of the plate, a little bit late on it. Just enough slice on it to go foul.
Sucre's done a good job behind the dish tonight. 0 for 3, swinging the bat. Two and 2 from Tommy Hunter, who last week got a jersey from Ken Griffey Jr. Wanted him to sign it because Tommy gave up the final home run hit by Ken Griffey Jr. in the big leagues. Easy play for Mark Kakis. 2 outs. Root Sports looking for the ultimate Northwest Mariners fan in the state of Idaho throughout the month of August. Send us your photo and story using hashtag UltimateNWFanID or by email at ultimatefan@rootsports.com. Help you win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle in September, personalized jersey and more. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. 1 for 3 night for Austin Jackson. Got his first Mariner base hit in the 5th. A single to center, scored on the Cano 3-run homer.
Rodney looks like he's ready to go. Pacing himself out in the pen. 30 saves on the year for Fernando Rodney.
Oh, 2 to Jackson outside. Orioles came to Seattle, took 3 out of 4. Mariners trying to even this series at 1-1. The other way, just out of the reach of a leaping Davis. 2-hit night for Austin Jackson.
And that will bring Buck Showalter, get the left-hander from the bullpen.
Dustin Ackley's had a fine night. 2 for 4, a homer and a double.
Good swing by Austin Jackson. Stays on a slider after a couple of good fastballs. Dumps it into right field for his second base hit.
So pitching change here in Baltimore. Mariners have a 4-2 lead, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Runner at first and looking to build on that lead. 2 outs and a man aboard as T.J. McFarland takes over.
For McFarland, his 24th appearance on the year. ERA just over 3. 4-2 record for him. 23 strikeouts, 11 walks in 41 innings. High average against. 296. Putting up a couple of home runs.
Wrap up this series tomorrow. Our Century Link link to what's next. Sashi Iwakuma going for his 10th victory. Go against former Mariner farmhand. Here's Tillman. Dustin Ackley will be the hitter. 0 for 3 against McFarland. Jackson back safely with James Jones gone. He had stolen 20 out of 21 bases. Interesting to see if Jackson starts to pick up that slack. He was 9 for 13 with the Tigers. Inside Ackley. Goes the other way. Count goes to 1-1.
Jackson has a good lead over at first. McFarland, not much of a move.
Ackley, a .281 hitter against left-hand pitcher. .242 against righties.
Just missing another double.
Tim Timmons, first base umpire, getting out of the way. All 2 strikes, 2 outs. Good speed at first in Austin Jackson. On 2 from McFarland. Jackson back.
He could probably get another half step. He went back easy on that move. Was able to read it right away.
One and 2. Up the middle. It's going to get through. Scope. Well, flip to Hardy. An infield hit for Ackley. And now that'll bring up Cano with 2 on again. He hit a 3-run homer back in the 5th.
And the third base hit of the night for Dustin Ackley. Double home run and now an infield hit. Cano hit a changeup. A little bit surprised they decided to pitch to him, but they did, and he made him pay for it. It was second and third. First base was open. They decided to go after him, and he made him pay.
15th career home run at Camden Yards. 29th home run career against the Orioles. Off the fist for strike 1. Cano 4 for 6 against T.J. McFarland. Good speed on the base paths, and Jackson and Ackley. Same 2 guys were aboard in the 5th when Cano homered.
Well,
that hit him. Sure did. Bases are loaded for Morales. So a hit batter loads him up, brings up Morales, who's 1 for 4.
It'll have to be McFarland. Nobody getting loose in the pen. It's just a 2-seam fastball. It gets away from him. We'll see where it hits Cano. It hits him in the back leg.
Great opportunity to blow this thing wide open. Morales started today. Career .361 hitter against Baltimore, third highest among active players. Line drive, right field. Markakis can't get it. Jackson scores. Here comes Ackley. He's going to score. Kendrys Morales comes up big. A 2-run single. Extends that Mariner lead to 6-2. Cano will hold it second. And Morales, with his second hit tonight, gives his RBI total a boost to 23.
He gets the first pitch fastball away from him and goes with it. Solid line drive into right. Jackson scores easy, but good speed with Ackley at second base. Ackley will score his third run of the ball game. With that base hit, fans are filing out.
Exit stage out of here. $36,508. Yogi would say it's not getting any earlier at 10:30 Eastern time right now.
All this coming with 2 outs, 2 quick outs.
Kyle trying to add to the total. 101. Mando Rodney is watching out of the bullpen right now. And they shift over to the right side now for Seager. There's a look at what they're doing against Kyle here in the 9th inning. Two-one pitch. Seager to center field, right center field. And there's Jones. And he makes the catch. And that'll do it. But a good inning, and it comes with 2 outs as the Mariners get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, lead 2. It's 6-2 Seattle. Rodney comes in, and he's going to face 6, 7, and 8 in the order. J.J. Hardy, Steve Pearce, and Caleb Joseph.
And again, not a safe situation for Rodney. Look for him to throw a lot of fastballs. Big base hit from Morales. Give him some cushion. Yeah, 4-run lead now. Watch Rodney. He will be aggressive.
Big 2-out. 2-run knock by Morales. I think they're breathing a little bit easier. Hardy tonight. Infield hit, 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking.
For Rodney, his fastball anywhere from 93 to 98 miles an hour. Good changeup, right around 80.
Perfectly placed. 1 out. One away here in the bottom of the 9th in Baltimore. There's Steve Pearce. Started the game at first base, moved to left field. Ball 1. Rays lead the Angels 10-3. Top of the 9th. That's in Tampa and St. Pete. A's won earlier 8-3, beating the Royals.
The best news: Houston won, beating Toronto 8-2.
8-2. Chris Carter, his 22nd home run. He had 8 in the month of July. Tigers beat the Rockies 11-5. Rangers lost at the Indians 2-0 in the American League scores. Yankees 6-4 at Boston to win. Now Fernando 3-0.
He's missed badly with all 3 fastballs. Hasn't been close.
Green 1. David Lowe on deck. That for Caleb Joseph. And lost. David Lowe is going to pinch hit. Yeah, this hat at 10 o'clock is per usual. Should say cap, not hat. With a strike. Lowe, a 208 hitter, 208 in 76 games, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in.
There's a good changeup. Flaherty on deck. He will hit for scope.
Rodney ready with the 0-2. Knocks it down. We'll get 1. It's 2 away.
Pretty good play, staying with it. Throwing it from his knees.
So Ryan Flaherty now.
Comebacker right back to him. Gets his glove on it. Knocks it down. No panic.
That's the key.
Yeah, veteran,
that is the key.
Veteran. He knew once he dropped it, he knew he wasn't going to get the double play. Just get the out.
There's Flaherty, 205 hitter in 56 games. 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. Strike one. To the gap, coming over, can't get it, he smothers it, one scores. Weston gets it back in quickly. Scoring on the play is Pierce. RBI single for Flaherty.
It's going the other way with a fastball. Fastball in the outside corner. Dustin did a good job just keeping that ball in front of him.
Absolutely.
It's the first base hit for the Orioles with a runner in scoring position. 1 for 11 tonight.
Superb bullpen relief by the Mariners. 2 outs, a run in, runner on, top of the order. Nick Markakis. Strike one. Markakis 1 for 17 against Rodney with a home run. Robbie Cano, big 3-run homer. Give the Mariners the lead back in the 5th inning. Ackley's had a good night. Great night. 3 hits, including a home run.
Austin Jackson with a couple of hits.
Here's a drive to right. Chavez played off the scoreboard. Markakis holds with the center. Here come the Orioles as Flaherty goes to third.
Now we have a situation. Back to the power of the lineup. Machado due up. Take a look at this last pitch. It's a changeup down and in. It is again. They want this pitch away, but he leaves it middle in.
Take all over. 6-3 ball game. Manny Machado representing the tying run. Machado 0 for 2 against Rodney. Pitch to Manny. Strike one. 3-hit night for Manny. Double to left, single to right, and an infield. Then it's a comebacker.
Rodney will have to mix it up with him. He uses the entire field to hit, and first pitch a fastball away.
Outfield straight away and deep. And Rodney ahead 0-2.
Big change up on the outside corner right at the knees. Perfect pitch from Rodney.
Vocal group still left here at Royal Park, Camden Yards. Crowd of 36,508. 2 outs, 2 on, a 3-run margin for the Mariners. 0-2 pitch to Machado. Ground ball, Cano. He's there. Throws out Machado, and a satisfying win for the Mariners. They win it 6-3, even this series at a game apiece, and run their road trip record to 3-2. No arrows shot in the sky by Mr. Rodney. 6-3 victory, a good one.
Great to see James Paxton again on the mound. Topped out at 98 miles an hour. Had a really good curveball tonight. Only went 4 1/3, so he will not factor in the win, but he looked really good. Good to have him back with the club. 5 relievers did the job tonight, holding down the Orioles in a small ballpark and a powerful team. So good job by the pitching tonight.
Gave up the bullpen, gave up just a few hits. Didn't walk anybody. Leon gets the win, Gonzalez the loss. Happy times here for the Mariners. A 6-3 victory. Mariners postgame show begins right now. Brad and Bill. Fellas.